The amphitheater fell silent as the human stepped onto the crimson sand. Commander Zixith clicked his mandibles nervously, watching from the observation deck as the pale creature rolled his shoulders and cracked his knuckles. The sound echoed unnaturally in the vast arena, designed to hold 50,000 spectators from across the Galactic Federation. "This is madness," whispered Sub-Commander Veltar, her tentacles writhing with anxiety. The Council should have stopped this before it went too far. Marcus Chen stood 6 feet tall in the center of the arena, wearing nothing but simple cloth pants and a thin shirt. No armor, no weapons, no technological enhancements. The betting pools had closed minutes ago with odds of 10,000 to 1 against the human. Even the most optimistic xenobiologists gave him 30 seconds before the first champion tore him apart. 3 months earlier, the human colony ship Perseverance had suffered catastrophic engine failure in the Kepler 442 system. The Zephyrian Empire, in accordance with ancient laws of salvage, had claimed the ship and its 300 passengers. Under galactic law, the humans faced a choice: slavery or the arena of champions. Most species chose slavery. Marcus had volunteered to represent humanity in single combat against the Empire's greatest warriors. Victory would mean freedom for his people. Defeat meant death and slavery for everyone he'd left behind on the failing ship. The first gate opened with a grinding roar of ancient machinery. The Kraxan warrior that emerged stood 12 feet tall, its exoskeleton gleaming like polished obsidian. Razor-sharp claws extended from each of its 6 limbs and acid dripped from its fanged maw, sizzling where it hit the sand. The creature had won 47 consecutive battles in this very arena. Its kills were quick, brutal, and absolute. Marcus didn't flinch. He simply shifted his weight, settling into a stance that looked deceptively relaxed to the alien observers. What they couldn't see was the way his muscles coiled like springs, or how his breathing had slowed to a measured rhythm that maximized oxygen flow to his blood. The Kraxan charged. At the last possible second, Marcus sidestepped. His left hand shot out, fingers rigid, striking a nerve cluster just below the creature's primary visual organ. The impact would have shattered a human hand. But Marcus had spent 15 years in Earth's special forces before joining the colonial mission. His bones had been broken and rebroken so many times that calcium deposits had made them dense as concrete. The Kraxan stumbled, momentarily blinded. Marcus flowed around its massive form like water, his right elbow finding the soft junction where the creature's head met its spine. The strike severed the Kraxan's central nervous system with surgical precision. The 12-foot monster collapsed like a felled tree, dead before it hit the ground. Shocked silence filled the amphitheater. Even the arena commentators, seasoned veterans who had called thousands of battles, found themselves speechless. 47 seconds. The human had killed their champion in 47 seconds. "Impossible," breathed Commander Zixith. The scans showed no cybernetic enhancement, no genetic modification. "He's just flesh and bone." The second gate opened. This time they released 2 champions simultaneously: a Vorthak berserker whose psychic screams could shatter stone, and a Helian assassin whose chromatophore skin made it nearly invisible. The crowd leaned forward, sensing that something unprecedented was happening. Marcus closed his eyes for a moment, centering himself. When he opened them, something had changed. The casual observer might have missed it, but those who knew violence recognized the shift immediately. The human had stopped pretending to be civilized. The Vorthak's psychic assault hit him like a sledgehammer, but Marcus had endured interrogation by telepathic species before. Pain was just information, and information could be processed, filed away, ignored. He moved forward through the mental static, his gait steady and purposeful. The invisible Helian struck first, its monofilament blade sliding between Marcus's ribs with perfect precision. What it didn't expect was for the human to trap the blade with his own muscles, holding the weapon in place through pure muscular tension, while his right hand found the assassin's throat. The chromatophore skin couldn't hide the sound of vertebrae snapping. Still impaled by the Helian's blade, Marcus turned toward the Vorthak. The berserker's psychic screams intensified, trying to overwhelm the human's neural pathways with pure agony. Marcus smiled, a cold, predatory expression that sent ripples of unease through the watching crowd. He pulled the monofilament blade from his own ribs and threw it. The weapon spun through the air with casual precision, embedding itself in the exact center of the Vorthak's primary brain case. The psychic screaming stopped abruptly. Blood ran down Marcus's side from the puncture wound, but he showed no signs of distress. If anything, he seemed more focused now, more dangerous. Release them all, Commander Zixth whispered. Every champion we have. Release them now. The arena masters hesitated. 7 gates opened simultaneously. What emerged would have given nightmares to entire worlds. The cybernetically enhanced Mordian Death Knight, twin Sithrek hunters with their plasma cannons, a massive Gorvak whose armored hide could deflect starship weapons, and 3 others whose very presence had once ended wars. Marcus surveyed his opponents with the detached interest of a craftsman examining his tools. Then he began to move. What followed wasn't a battle. It was an education. The human flowed between attacks like smoke, every motion precise and economical. He used the champion's strength against them, their size as a disadvantage, their weapons as leverage points. When the Mordian Death Knight swung its energy blade, Marcus guided the strike into the Gorvak's exposed flank. When the Sithrak twins fired their plasma cannons, he was already elsewhere, and their shots incinerated 2 other champions instead. One by one, the greatest warriors in the galaxy fell. Some to their own weapons turned against them with human cunning, others to strike so perfectly placed that death came instantly. A few simply to the inexorable realization that they were fighting something they had never encountered before. An apex predator that had evolved not claws or fangs or venom, but something far more dangerous. Intelligence. When the dust settled, Marcus stood alone in the center of the arena. 7 champions lay dead around him, and his only visible injury was the slowly closing wound in his side. He looked up at the observation deck where the alien commanders sat in stunned silence. "I believe," he said, his voice carrying clearly in the acoustically perfect amphitheater. "Our business is concluded." 3 days later, the human colony ship limped away from Kepler 442, its engines repaired and its people free. Commander Zixith watched it disappear into hyperspace and made a note in the official record. Humanity added to the protected species list. Recommend immediate diplomatic contact. Extreme caution advised. The arena still stands, but it has never been used again. The Zephyrian Empire tells visitors it's under renovation, but the truth is simpler. After what they witnessed that day, no warrior in the galaxy will set foot on the Crimson Sand. They still call it the Massacre of Arena Prime, and in the telling, the story grows with each generation. But those who were there know the truth is stranger than any legend. The human never even raised his voice.